scream. Live in woods, ancients rise. Angry bears fear the night. Men are gone, super whales. Salt is on, never trust an elf. Cold arrow, double staff. Grab your bow, nature's wrath. Pour out a drink for Saint Moon, phantom acolytes too. Remember, the elf cabal is always watching you. Lame burrows, triple orb, entangle a grunt, fight the horde. Men are gone, super whales. Salt is on, never trust an elf. Cold arrow, double staff. Grab your bow, nature's wrath. Pour out a drink for Saint Moon, phantom acolytes too. Remember, the elf cabal is always watching you. Lame burrows, triple orb, entangle a grunt, fight the horde. Men are gone, super whales. Salt is on, never trust an elf.
Level 6! And we have it! Big orange bird!
Who is going to win?
Well, the Shadow Hunter is not the portal too quickly, maybe?
别催我，
Zero's
如
tournament
你
like,
所愿。
are we going? Silence on the
尝尝这个。
That was used, so we can use the shackles now! But is there silence on the paladin as well? Maybe the supply?
别挡道。
Archmage? Demon Hunter is dead now though, isn't he? Potion!
尝尝这个。
No way! The knight killed the one! No way! This was never meant to happen. Welcome, dear friends and family of the Warcraft scene. Hello and welcome to your start into the weekend, everybody. The dinner is ready. Perfect timing. LFG, everybody. This is consecutive streaming day number 503. And we were supposed to wake up in a new patch. Unfortunately, there were a couple of critical bugs that aren't, I mean, they're kind of fixed, but on the test server, so there will be a lot of people asking, is this the new patch? Is this the new patch? No, it's not the new patch. The patch got reverted. A lot of stuff is fixed on PTR. A lot of people will meme about it. Are these the new bears with 1100 HP and 600 mana? Lol, how are you able to zoom? Well, guys, just forget that yesterday evening ever happened. Until they patch again. And that should be short, since a lot of stuff is fixed already. Right? The head bro loving it again. The best streamer with style. Let's go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, oh, there's a message in the admin group. Yesterday, there were a lot of troll messages on who has small and big tails. Today, they're talking about C. I don't know what that means. There's a lot going on, and I don't know what all this means. They will probably notify me. Yeah, but so far, let me tell them. No patch yet. They had to revert because of bugs.
Warcraft 3 for the way.
Hey, Freedom! Thank you for the 62-month, man. That is sick. Also, Arthur's Ninetail, thank you for the 38. So, yeah, we're waiting for the Super League games, everybody. I hope you had a lot of fun with Mr. Remo Demo breaking the games to you. I hope you're also fine that I'm gonna be here for the next 3 days to bring you the weekend of Warcraft to your home screens. As you deserve, dear Warcraft scene. As you deserve. Head and beard combo hits harder than Bloodlust and Tauren. Lol. Emerald 381. Thank you for the 68, man. Big 5 years. Lots of animations here in the sub alert. Thank you as well. In case you don't know what we're doing here, this is the Warcraft Super League. This is the biggest tournament that we got in the scene. It is $28,000. It is over 200 series. It spans over 2 months, sponsored by HF High Toon Toon and lots of streamers, including us. So for that to cover, we had to acquire broadcasting rights. If you want to help us out, be like Emerald Freedom and Arthur's and grace us with the sub, everybody. In case your Twitch Prime is available, hit me with your best Prime. How this works is we got one big group stage, 15 people, the best 15 players in the Warcraft scene. They're all gonna fight each other, round robin, everybody against everybody. And at the end, we're gonna have a ranking, and we're gonna put these people according to their ranking into single elimination ascension playoffs, also known as bubble system, also known as elimination system. Currently, Happy and Sock sit on top with 3-0. Now, who would have thought that Sock would be up there, huh? Not me. I said never underestimate him, but I did not expect him to be with a clean sheet. Also not dropping too many maps, to be honest. Right behind, basically, Infy with only 2 games and 2-0. Not bad, not bad, not bad. He has his biggest test today, though, up against Lin. Colorful doing well. Live, not sure yet. Same as 120 with 2-1. I think this is a little bit below their standards. For Life, it's a bit hit and miss. Moon, a bit disappointing. FoCuS, a bit disappointing. Starbuck, by far the weakest player so far. And a lot of players have some catching up to do, because they didn't play that many games yet. I think they played a lot of Starbuck games because Starbuck will be on vacation until the end of July or something. But yeah, that's the ranking right now. I'm in the lobby. The beautiful War3 Champions lobby. And we're about to kick this off. Today's games, 120 versus FoCuS. For 120, his track record so far is all right, I think. But man, he got pretty much wrecked yesterday by Colorful. And who would have thought that? Not me. Certainly not me. It seems like a bit of a different matchup. He did get a lot of points by defeating Labyrinth. And he defeated Moon 3-1. So it can't be only that matchup. He needs to win here today. FoCuS had a really weak start. Especially the matches that I cast. Versus Happy and versus Colorful. Then he had a super good performance versus Moon. And now we'll see where it stands. This is a super important match for FoCuS to see if he still can attack the top or not. For both, actually. They can't really afford a loss here. Neither of them. If they want to stay closer to the top. Then we got Lin and Infy. Of course, Lin always an absolute juggernaut. He is one of the top 3 favorites. Infy doing surprisingly well, I would say. Yesterday we've seen some Pally Rifle there, some non-Pally Rifle. He didn't play too many games just yet. It was the 3-1 versus Starbuck, which was really close. And then the 3-1 over FoCuS, which shows that FoCuS is maybe not in the greatest shape right now. And then LawLiet and Fly, 2 players without a single win, but LawLiet had a debut against Happy, took a map, that's good. Fly also only 1 match that was against Life, and Life in this matchup was pretty darn good. So we tried to start the game with, again, a lot of observers, and they are not using the Flow TV password feature that War3 Champions coded for them. So that is not a great sign. Lesson not learned yet. And then we have to restart, and then we have to join again. And then we'll see where this goes. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be very much brute force again. So far, the game could not be found. Seems like Flow TV is on though.
120 hype.
Yay, Solani! How we use C and South. Okay, interesting. 87 month, my dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Solani Kea, a tongue twister for many, many months. Shortened the name because of us. There's no patch in Buzzing Stay. Exactly, dude. Exactly. So we use Flow TV then. I made sure it is enabled. I guess one observer less is already like a 5% improvement, right? So the Chinese streamers are all flooding the lobby. For us, I think we're cool. Oh, now I need to know what the password is. Now I need to know what the password is. Got it. All right. See? Easy as that. Just a little bit too late, huh? Okay. 1-0 versus FoCuS. One of the best undead versus orc matches that we can imagine. Here's the tail of the tape, everybody. Overlay is working. Players are settled in. We go live with the first match of the day. 1-0 is 5-0 on this patch against FoCuS. The last one at WSB was actually really close. Before we go into this match, a little shout out to the sponsor, that is Opera GX. Thank you very much for covering us here. We got 13 days still left to crack the big 500. If you want a browser tailored to gamers, exclamation mark, Opera GX. With that said, here we go. It is FoCuS on the left-hand side. It is 1-0 on the right-hand side. And 1-0 pauses the game. Thankfully, we can fast forward through this, or this entire intro was for nothing, because there seemed to be spikes. It is what it is. Oh, do you guys still have sound? Because I clicked something by accident. Do you still have sound? Zach? Okay. I don't know what the issue is, but they just start again. I don't think there's a password on it this time. Yeah, I was wondering, they did host on CN South. It should be CN North, so maybe that was the issue. And if that's the issue, that's the only issue, then that's of course an easy fix. Yeah, now I don't have sound. I thought so. But I have sound here. I don't have sound in Warcraft. What the? We can't join a game without sound. That's impossible. No, overlay doesn't work. Refresh. Just refresh. Yo, Freedom with the gift subs. What the hell? What the hell? 10 gifties, my dude. Okay, now it has to work. Now it has to work. I do have sound in the launcher. Overlay is working. Game is up. Off we go. Sweetheart Freedom, man. 335 gift subs. That's freaking crazy. Love it. And there's sound. See, you just have to drop 10 gift subs and everything is working. Why didn't you do that earlier? Chat, your fault. Absolutely your fault to not do that earlier. Freedom saved you. We appreciate you. Of course, also protecting 10 community members from ads. Here we go. It's another best of 5. It is 1-0 versus FoCuS. We got a 1-0 spawning on the upper left-hand side. It is FoCuS on the bottom right-hand side. 1-0 so far with a positive track record in the league. Was it 2-1 with wins over Moon, with a win over Labby. He took that loss from Colorful. Same as FoCuS, also with the same result, 0-3. FoCuS also lost the match against Happy. And so he's under Zugzwang. He needs to get some points here, and we'll see if that's workable via against 1-0. Since 1-0 has a track record of 5-0 on this patch against FoCuS, it seems like 1-0 is the favorite, clearly. FoCuS with a Farseer Headhunter build. Now look again. Interesting. We got the DK coming. It's a ghoul build, as so often. And then we'll see. Sound is very low, isn't it? It is very quiet right now, though. Oh, I put it down because of FFA. Sorry. Should be better in a bit. Let me know if it's too loud now. And then, of course, we adjust to your needs. This matchup is in a little bit of flux. It is a Farseer that is not as powerful in the late game, but surely less item dependent. And 1-0 with the skull? Say what? Don't tell me he's expanding. He doesn't have a 6th Acolyte anymore. Might just be for creeping. This is something that Lucifer did in the past quite a bit. And yeah, it is just for creeping. Interesting. 1-0 has been pretty creative recently, I gotta say. I'm very impressed with his play at the moment, even though sometimes it's not enough for the greatest result, as we've seen against Colorful. Mr. Ape Man, thank you very much for the raid. Thank you very much for my morning entertainment. And now we are in the Super League, everybody. 1-0 gets the big Sasquatch. Super important to unlock level 2. Question is for how... for what cost, I mean. No! Almost... Ooh, almost surrounded that Farseer there. Holy shit, what's going on? Thank you, Riggedy, for the 11 month. And thank you, Smoking Now, for the 69. Coils thrown onto the ghouls. We still got 4. One is not working on Lumber at the moment. Nice read by FoCuS to go for the upper right hand side to fight 1-0 there. Unfortunately for him, I gotta say, this didn't work too well. And it's only Headhunter, quote unquote. Very curious how FoCuS gonna play this in the mid and late game stages. We've seen a little bit more Torrent play recently.
Player's forces are under attack.
Almost falling here. Big chase. It's a grunt into Headhunter opening, by the way, so a little bit of beef. in the middle. Ghouls not ideally micro. There we go. Is the wolf still enough? He's at 60% duration. But the slow tower to the rescue. In the meantime, we fight over the Hydra, we fight over the turtles, and it's disposable ghouls here at the moment, it seems. Nicely finishing the entire camp. Headhunter chasing. I feel like FoCuS is the one who wants to apply pressure, but in these skirmishes, he's the one under pressure. Still getting some damage in, still getting some levels out. But I don't think too much died there. Ghoul is safe here. 2 versus 1 is a win for the Ghoul, especially if they expire. And with that, that's a solid early game for 1-2-0. Now, he needs to have the right read for the game. Where's FoCuS going? Is he expanding? Any tier 2 shenanigans? Would love to peek into FoCuS's mind these days. Because he surely is trying a lot. But similar to Starbuck, it doesn't really convert to results just yet. Oh, coil missed and ghoul down. Nicely done. Apple skill burn. 91 month. Look at that, man. Holy shit. 7 years and plus. That was a good exchange here. 1-2-0 reduced to 22 food. That's 2 ghouls down. Thank you for the loyalty, Appos. And just like that, FoCuS is catching up in XP. We're gonna get the Lich. We're gonna get the Shadowhunter. No tier 2 expansion. Thank God. But rather Headhunter into tier 3. 1-2-0 not going for the tempo play with Dark Ranger second, despite there being quite some Headhunters. Maybe without the ghouls that he lost. That's impossible at the moment. And Shadowhunter is coming in. No Wand of Negation, but it's only skeletons anyway. He gets to level 3 as the ghouls are creeping in parallel here in front of his base. And that Shadowhunter creep didn't really do too much. DK. This has to force a Hex at least. FoCuS can't be sloppy here. The Sasquatch must go to FoCuS for the level 3. You need level 2 wolves. They're really, really powerful. You can't even be too slow to get level 4 because Chain Lightning is such a big weapon against all these ghouls that you're gonna get. And here's the Hex. And that's the Sasquatch. I was a little worried about the skeletons, but no. He still gets it. Lich is coming in to turn the tide a little bit. One grunt is low. FoCuS immediately sends it back. Sees, oh, you're no real threat yet, but for the Bursey he is. Not sure if that delayed, definitely delayed level 3. I don't know if it prevented level 3. The sound is still quiet, right? For you guys? Complain. Complain when it's not loud enough. There we go.
A player's forces are under attack.
That should be better. We get a Greater Mana in the middle. FoCuS not in a position yet to force another fight. We get the first Wyvern. I don't think this will lead 1-2-0 into believing that there's more Wyvern coming. It's really nice for vision. It's really good for creep speed. But the levels look extraordinary. Some Coil Nova action right before the Berserker upgrade hits and the Headhunters get a lot more HP. 3-3 heroes is fine. We still get a TC. Now that he got level 3-3, I think why not? Dark Ranger for the Black Arrow. Double Greater Mana. And 1-2-0 stole that one. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a lot of Coil Nova action, everybody. And Coil Nova is the best counter to pretty much everything FoCuS got. Maybe with the exception of Tauren. Oh, that's an oversight. That is surely an oversight. Imagine the amount of healing he could have gotten, the amount of hexes he could have thrown. We got 2 destroyers up, 1 with mana, and this is not the moment for FoCuS to fight. The Tauren isn't there yet. The TC didn't level yet. The pull, okay, now we get it, but only 1 without Pulverize upgrade. Stutter stepping is still quite fine, but the AoE damage is lacking big time. DK far forward, Wyvern taken out. I don't think there's a question who's gonna own this fight. A classic, simple Ghoul Frenzy Destroyer push. Even with Nova against the Tauren now to take him out, we don't have anything to revive them. A full level on the Dark Ranger. FoCuS being picked apart. The matchup versus Undead, he continues to struggle. As was very noticeable against Happy. Of course, in the longevity of this fight now with 2 big mana potions. That helped. Surely did. But it was the mother of all anti-timing. Shadowhunter nuked. Ooh, last second potion. But how do you recover from that? 12 food down. Undead heroes on the rise. Close to level 3. This was level 1 Nova. A lot of it though. Granted. But yeah, full map control. There's nothing you can contest right now. But yeah, can't complain about the 2 greater mana potions when it was lying on the ground like that. Ooh, bit rough. Again, the struggle for FoCuS continues. Feels like with this Tauren build, he wants to be like Lyn, but he can't. Lyn shined with extraordinary Blade Master play to delay the undead hero levels, which arguably FoCuS was able to do too. But not to that extent. And then in the late game stages, damage with the Farseer is just missing. 1-2-0 is all over him. And there's not even reinforced, so if we blow through... Oh, he steals the Makrura with the Nova. He kills the cow with the coil. This is 1-0's game, start to finish. Not even the Tauren poses the threat. He's a bit more worried about the Reef Elementals than the Orc units. Easy pickings. 1 kill after the next. Go next. Nice purges here, of course. But the kills are going one way, and that's 1-0's way. 4-3, close to 3. And the nuke on the Farseer, and that is game. Despite the ghoul losses in the late early game, early mid game, whatever you want to call it, FoCuS had no chance. I gotta say though, 1-0 is an absolute beast in this matchup. FoCuS needs to be on A+ game to make this competitive, and that's just not current FoCuS. And then it's game. It's rather simple. That fight on the right-hand side was nasty. Oh, that was so nasty. I hope that FoCuS has trust in his Blade Master play. Because he will need it, I think. Farseer isn't enough. It's not tricky enough. It's not challenging enough, I feel. It surely was an attempt. Why not? So that is 1 point guaranteed for 1-0. As you know, in this tournament, if you win 3-0, that's 6 points. If you win 3-1, that's 5 points. A 3-2 win still gives you 4 points. And even if you lose but win maps, you can still able to get some points for the ranking. 2 points for 2-3, 1 point for 1-3. You just leave empty-handed with a 0-3. So you really, really, really want to prevent that. The wins on losers picks must be yours. And we got the next game. Echo Isles is the map. Well, you enjoy the wonderful commercial, so we don't have it in-game. A little bit of a shout out to our second YouTube channel, Back to Warcraft More. If it's not enough what you see on the main channel, Back to Warcraft, we fittingly named the channel Back to Warcraft More because that's what you get. Just more. More Super League, more B-Cup, more competition, some extraordinary ladder games, and insane all the randoms 2-on-2 with the base race. Exclamation mark YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube already, leave a thumb, leave a like, leave a subscription. It helps the channel a lot. Hopefully FoCuS finds something that helps him a lot as much as you guys can help us by interacting with our content. Because otherwise, he's going 1-4. Greetings from the train from Berlin to Stuttgart. DB Wi-Fi, richtig geil. Let's see for how long, Mr. Jordan. I hope it stays stable so you enjoy every single second of this match. FoCuS left-hand side, 1-0 right-hand side. I reached out to the War 3 Champions administration, by the way, to see if we can change the color scheme. Because it has now been 4 years of blue and yellow, and I think people are a little bit over it. And I wouldn't mind see a change. With that said, we have another ghoul opener. On Echo Isles, you can think about Dreadlord. On Echo Isles, you can think about expansions. On Echo Isles, FoCuS is thinking about Farseer and Headhunters again. So, despite the loss, FoCuS is not switching. He also has the same opener with Grunts into Headhunters. I got scolded, by the way, on YouTube comments and on WhatsApp that I was too harsh to FoCuS in the last cast when he was up against Happy. And then 1 day later, FoCuS played an amazing series versus Moon with great plays and great finesse. And here in this matchup, once again, doesn't really look too good against game 1. So FoCuS, convince me, buddy. Convince me.
A player's forces are under attack.
We got the DK roaming with ghouls creeping. Little green in front of the base is gone. And it feels like
A player's forces are under attack.
FoCuS is very creep heavy with the Farseer. It's not necessarily what you want. You want the little lightning balls onto ghouls. The wolves want to nibble away. Even though I can't imagine ghouls tasting good. Except if you're into, like, I don't know, fermented meat. That's odd. But wolves probably eat anything, right? So who cares? And with that, it's a clean early game for 1-0 again. He even got the Acolyte for some fighting, gets good healing in, just runs across. These plays just oozing confidence, man. The way he reads the game, he finds FoCuS at the 6 o'clock. Which is a fine camp to creep because of all the normal damage you got. With grunts and wolves, and these berserkers give a lot of XP. But FoCuS! Ooh, that was close. Nicely dodging. So taking out the berserkers with the medium armor, with the units that have normal damage, smart. This is one of the favorite undead camps there is because it's so fast, except the Mauler. And no losses thus far.
A player's forces are under attack.
No big losses at least. But we're chasing. FoCuS with these two berserkers clearly got the level lead. Gets a ghoul on top. Can't really prevent this last hit. Maybe the headhunter could have moved down a little faster. But I guess FoCuS... Oh, he got surrounded in the meantime. Oh no. Oh, that's so bad. Chain lightning for one more kill. But the town portal is gone. Nice move, 1-0. And he claims map control. Again. Hopefully the Shadow Hunter can fix some things. But usually the Shadow Hunter is only good when there's one big camp to take. He might attempt this one. This has backfired before, by the way. If you fight too early over the Magi, this can really hurt you. So we got the level 2 wolves. That's an immense upgrade for FoCuS's army. And you see the DK under pressure once again with the Lich. Not in production just yet. Lowest priority of the 3 things you need as an undead. Whenever you reach tier 2, there's 3 things you do always. Tech, build Slaughterhouse, build Lich, or whatever second hero you're going for. And since the DK is not level 3, I like that prioritization. Also a little hope for FoCuS as he's getting the rest of the camp. Solid recovery. Obviously, you still gotta be super duper careful. Because you don't have a TP anymore. Greater healing against undead, always nice. And tier 3 is running. Surely a better game for FoCuS than the one before. Next up, 1-0 needs to creep the Lich and the DK. Rather calm this second game. Of course, nobody wants to make a misstep. Everybody is fighting for these points. 1 point could make the difference of a guaranteed rank in the playoffs already. But FoCuS will win Creepcraft, right? FoCuS surely will win the Creepcraft with Headhunters, with Shadowhunter, with Wolves. So it's up to 1-0 to slow him down and maybe steal something as he did here now.
A player's forces are under attack.
There's only 2 things you need as an undead. Don't worry, be happy. I gotta quote that when undead gets hit with a nerf once again in the next patch. Lich is well equipped. One of these claws was purchased, at least one. And another early TC, this time with Raiders instead of Wyvern. A lot of FoCuS's army can be dealt with by ghouls, especially if you get the Dark Ranger, which is up now. A fragile state for FoCuS. This is the hard counter to the Headhunters. Dark Ranger, ghouls. But it's not too many ghouls, actually. It's only 7. We fight at 40. I am not too sure if this is 1-0's timing, to be honest. Lich level 1. We got an Invo potion, that's nice. And DK no TP, dodges the storm, goes for the cow, has the heal wave ready. Nice reaction by FoCuS, all planned well in this fight. Cow also had the big heal potion, so that's fine. Creeps are getting some kills here. Whoopsie, nicely manipulated. But yeah, you gotta run. Tail tuck between the legs and bye-bye. Coil Nova can still get some kills here. This Headhunter is flirting with death once again. Coil cooldown over. It's just a matter of time. There's gonna be more coils. There should be more coils. Oh, but FoCuS was waiting for it and uses the heal scroll. What a bait. That was nicely done. Also the TC, look at that. FoCuS playing good Warcraft here on map 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
He is at 51 food, which is very unfortunate. Because now he has to pay upkeep. And that reduces his income quite a bit. Statue also. FoCuS, kill it! Kill it! Kill! It's... Okay, maybe he leaves it alive on purpose. Because there was no mana on the statue anyway. And then it's like dead weight.
A player's forces are under attack.
Shadowhunter close to 3. Kind of fascinating though. That 1-2-0 has the supply evened out. He started this 10 food down. And actually FoCuS lost a lot in the process here. Everything's hurt. We do have heal wave remaining on the level 3 Shadowhunter now. And 1-0 with the power of Coil Nova statues just brings it back. FoCuS had a lot of exposed Headhunters here. And they all died eventually. And now a little bit of hero focus. But of course we don't have crits from a Blade Master here. Lich being saved by a coil. TC this time no potion anymore, but +8 armor. Destroyer falls. Oh, the TC is being blocked by the ghouls. FoCuS is trying to chain lightning his way out of there, but the TC level 2 has fallen. No more movement speed or attack speed buff, and he's just picking up the pieces one after the next. This feels like 1-0 comfort zone with the heroes against Headhunters, and it is, of course, compared to a Wyvern game, the way easier strategy to play against. But as the heroes drop low, I feel like 1-0 kind of needs to retreat, but as long as you have a Coil Nova or are close to Coil Nova, you can still compete. You prevent an expansion here. It did hurt FoCuS to be an upkeep there for a long time. But yeah, 1-0. No shenanigans. No fiend mixes. Just straight up ghouls destroyers. Spamming chain lightning here to reduce the force of skeletons. This army isn't scary.
A player's forces are under attack.
It kind of was when 1-0 was at 40. Oh, now he's at 51 supply. Lol. What the hell was that Shadowhunter movement? Okay. SH needs to heal. Destroyer takes a lot of damage. And somehow FoCuS is able to fix this? This fight is raging on for a long time. One more nuke and the Shadow Hunter is toast. We don't have a heal wave. Trying to flee as the DK is stuck on the left-hand side. Coil has to be used defensively to save the Lich. Big damage dealer, of course, enables damage just by carrying the orb. Another statue falling, and now 1-2-0 somehow lost everything. I have no idea what's going on here anymore. Lich hurt, Shadow Hunter hurt, Raiders and Berserkers about to fall. This game can turn on its head in a second again. TC and Frosty are threatening that Lich always, but those are the kills you want to get. Easy kills. Got one on the Kodo, got one on the Burzy. Raider also taken down. The Destroyer. Ooh, 6 save, 1-0. And now we got level 3 Lich. Careful, buddy. Dark Ranger being hexed. Chain Lightning. Oh, there was a solid dispel against it, but not in time. Absolute slobber knocker between the two. 14,000 damage on the FoCuS. That's crazy. That includes wolves, of course. Man, these guys are brawling as if their life depends on it. Even game. Still an even game. Massive step up by FoCuS compared to game 1. Now TC3 as well. We got the big level ups. Also, Dark Ranger close to 3. We're getting there. Low equipment on either side.
Forces are under attack.
1-0 confident again to go to the bottom left. Tiny. Ooh, that might be a liability, investing 600 gold now. This cannot be cancelled though. This is either genius and the confidence is paying off, or that is the investment that you needed in your army to be competitive. Nova hits hard, gets the first Burzy, schools 3 of them, micro to the side to take some pressure away from it. Pressure instead ends up on the DK. I get a hiccup because of all the excitement. 3 destroyers. 1-0 knows he's got to get something done. Otherwise, Expo pays off. FoCuS gets ahead, wins the game, as the fights are so neck and neck between them. Love the Berserker position now, mostly. More defensive. But everything's hurt now. 1 healed self remaining. 1-0 might break through here. DK in trouble. I like the hero focus approach by FoCuS. Just get him out of there. Make him retreat. Hurt him. But the ghouls ravaging. TC. There's a chain lightning, isn't there? Storm! Here we go! FoCuS with the kill! And that must be the hold, no? The healer is gone, but maybe 1-0 can slap back. Shadow Hunter also going down. Destroyers out of the air. Ghouls on the ground. Basically non-existent. We are down to Lich and Dark Ranger. The carry damage heroes. Chain Lightning level 3 secures the kill, everybody. What a game! But 1-0, this should be unsolvable. Thank you, Pinit, for the 69 baht on YouTube. Oasis reunion. Yeah, man, 1-0, don't look back in anger. It's gotta be game. Uncle FoCuS must have gotten the game. Knock out the DK one more time and you get the equalizer. It's too many Desi's falling. Love that the peons are there. Could have been maybe an approach by 1-0 to just wipe out the peons. Maybe he still tries though. But Mana on the Dark Ranger is low, maybe even too low to spread the Black Arrow. Gets level 4 now. It would be somewhat ridiculous if FoCuS is not taking that game, but we got a lot of skeletons. They will expire, but they're damn powerful, and FoCuS is taking a sweet time. There is a TP. You gotta engage. He went all the way around the forest. No repair. Oh my god, he can just click it down with skeletons. FoCuS! What took you so long? Hero FoCuS again. It worked the first time, but it feels like 120 is more than ready. Supply is even. The skeleton's still ravaging. The Dark Ranger not respected. Raiders falling left and right. Destroyer take care of the wolves. Get healed once again. Oh my god, 120 is doing it, isn't he? He is! Insane! Insane! The exposed peons give 120 the option to go for the peons, turn them into skeletons, clobber down the expo. Oh my god. Goddamn 120. That was a tough fight. That was a hard-earned victory here on Echo Isles. And I can only imagine that it is incredibly demoralizing. Mr. Banana Brain, thank you for the prime. A burrow at the expo would have been good. Man, that is rough. That was rough. Definitely a better game for FoCuS in comparison. But also, that is the reason why you don't really play Fascia head touches for this long. The Dark Ranger and ghouls, they will take over. Somebody! Thank you for the 9 months. It's whenever I see your name, the song All Star is in my head and I can't get it out. Every time, and you're around for a long time. Thank you for the earworm. Every time. Oh, FoCuS, man. Just one game. Rooting for you, buddy. 120, a bit between heaven and hell in this league, right? 3-0 versus Labby. 0-3 versus Colorful. 3-1 versus Moon. And now on the way to a 3-0 against FoCuS. Very, very, very demoralizing game too from FoCus's perspective. He can be a comeback kid though. And hopefully this works now. The situation is quite a bit dire. That could be the 6-0 for 120 versus FoCuS on this patch, who is a little bit of a shadow of his former self for a couple of weeks. The re-engagement at the expo took so long. By the way, my upload is so super low. Why don't you complain? You don't even notice, right, that the quality is bad. You don't have an eye for that. You don't know what quality even means. You guys don't care about anything, do you? Basically no sound in the beginning. Bad picture quality the entire time. Well, it's obvious you got low standards, otherwise you wouldn't be going for me as a caster. FoCuS again with the
Players'
Farseer.
forces are under attack.
3 times in a row. It was no Torrent last time. Maybe you just didn't have the resources for it. Do you agree with that expo, by the way? 16-minute expo? After that neck and neck fight.
A player's forces are under attack.
We have a creeping FoCuS once again, more or less, to the Sludge Flinger. Everybody's new favorite creep cam. And attack. This is rather atypical. And this is not what Lin plays.
A player's forces are
No
under
Blade
attack.
Master, no fast tags, no instant harass. A very, very different approach from FoCuS. Not saying that it's not good or that it never works. Just an observation that it's different. As FoCuS and Lin also have pretty different styles.
A player's forces are under attack.
Einstein did a quote to people who do the same and expect different. Well, Game 2 strategy was very different from Game 1. Did Einstein say something about people not realizing what makes the strategy? In Game 1 we had Torrent and way more harass, creep jacks. And Game 2 was more focused on his own progress, but shoes on the other foot, DK harassing, and that's level 3. I think this is a free level 3. This shall never be allowed, really. I don't like this approach. Obviously, I realize the strength of level 2 wolves, but at what cost? He can still coil away. Maybe deny. Yep, trade it. Losing headhunters hurts more than losing ghouls. You keep ghoul production up anyway. Headhunter hurt you a lot in creep speed. Oh, graveyard a little late. I guess he can queue the tech anyway. FoCuS's best asset on Game 2 was the fights. But I gotta... I think he has to play with an advantage. This is strong timing right now, right? Level 2 Wolves map control with 1-0 being aware that the Shadow Hunter is coming. You don't want to contest too much. Because you can get caught in Hex and that's it then. And we got a Wand of the Wind. Preventing coils, maybe getting... surround with Headhunters is probably not the greatest idea. Oh, yeah, that's not great. Easy snack for 1-0 for the 3.3. And again, the town portal is gone early. Probably best to get out of there. Because 1-0 could have killed him with the coil. But with when the Shadow Hunter pops out, you gotta be active on the map. Getting the lap against Orc should be somewhat impossible. Hex early, speed scroll in, very aggressive play. One of the wind number one, no coil at the moment. Maybe that was a bit ambitious. Shadowhunter is stuck. Oh no, and the DK, another one of the wind. He doesn't have a TP. You need to get this DK. You need it. So many kills for 1-0. The Bursey as well. Eventually the DK goes down. 0.6 level on the Lich though. Level 4 Shadowhunter. Screw him. Thank you for the sub. And he gets the reward. Everything's hurt. That was so dangerous. Plus the wand of the wind. That could have been way worse for FoCuS, and it wasn't great to begin with. But DK benched is nice. Lich is the hero that has to level though, and he gets solo experience now. Kaiser Franz, thank you for the prime. So that was... It's hard to estimate if this was worth it or not, because it's a lot about even hero levels in this matchup. You need the second and third hero on 3 for the final battles. And the Lich making so much progress is great for 1-2-0, even though, you know, obviously DK can't do anything. Maybe a fast Farseer level 5 can be a bigger asset than I think. Dark Ranger out. TC not yet. Chain Lightning takes the ghouls away right when Frenzy hits. FoCuS, oh, struggles with the surround. Chain Lightning, gorgeous. The early level 2 Chain Lightning is gorgeous, and he got that with the DK kill. So maybe it all was worth it. One to 0 staring death in the eye. FoCuS fixes his supply block in time.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh boy, double kill right away. Shadowhunter down, Dark Ranger down. That is surely better for 1-0 again. Took a long time to fight with 2 heroes. The Kodo gets it. TC has Stomp. 1-0 knows that as he doesn't see the aura. But Headhunters, if there's no Dark Ranger, Headhunters are strong. And Shadowhunter will be back in 40 seconds. Dark Ranger, of course, lower resurrection time. SH has big invul. Oh, that's true. E2W rip, everybody. FoCuS needs points, man.
A player's forces are under attack.
Love the confidence now to go for that second consumable. Wand of Mana Stealing can make or break a coil. With that, make or break a hero FoCuS. Stomp is solid. A fragile FoCuS army though. Berserkers fall like flies. There's still ghouls. The Dark Ranger is spreading the black arrow nicely. Level 5. Is it again Chain Lightning? It is, and I love that. Wand of Mana Stealing being used for the first time. DK in trouble. Has an invul. Needs it. Cow on the menu now. Nothing to save him. The statue blocked by 1-0. Well done. Level 4. Oh my god. He doesn't have a TP. The DK block. Invul potion pass, but the Shadowhunter on the menu right away. Lich level 3 is a beast and the headhunters are all clumped up. What's he going for? He can basically pick his targets. Goes for the SH first. Saves the coil for now. Shadowhunter on Farseer on the menu. Avada Kedavra. One more hit. Oh my god. A frustrated FoCuS taps out. 1-2-0. Dominates this fight. He had such a good position. But 1-0, man, you gotta commend his ability to see win conditions on game 2 and 3 especially. Especially? Did I just create a new word? Especially. Yeah, I feel like this series was a good case of why you don't necessarily want to have berserkers in the late game. As Lucy says, there wasn't a crucial number. It was more or less 50-50 fights. Dark Ranger raises skeletons like crazy. There was no Wyvern play. There was one attempt of a Tauren play. But that didn't look too good. You know, I was criticized of being harsh to FoCuS, and I really don't want to do that again. But let's be real, there was higher potential for FoCuS in this series. If he's in shape, he can win 2 games. Going 0-3 now is really rough. And yeah, that's a bit painful, I gotta say. Poor guy. Poor guy. 1-0. 6 points, is now at 17. With that, he actually claims the lead in this series. Or in the series, in the league. 3-1, 1-0. Nice. Next up, the match you've all been waiting for. It is Infy versus Lin. Infy versus Lin, everybody. A lot of people talk about Pally Rifle. Still funny to me. Two Giga Brains clashing. And Infy seems to be in good shape, man. He looked good the past 2 play days where he played. Shout out to Infy. Now I need a little break. Restroom break and get a drink break. Thank you, LeCrestfallen.
Hail Satan, everyone.
98 months, dude. The big 3 digits. Up in a second. All right. I'm queuing you a little ad. You check out Opera GX to raise that counter here. I want the 500. Give me the 500. Or at least 450 so we get the next level of payouts. That would be great. Gaming browser, built-in VPN, built-in adblock, built-in Discord, Twitch, everything. Check it out. Sorry, it took a little longer than expected. I ran to a gigantic spider. We had a little chat. I thought, yo, what are you doing here? Oh, Mr. Neo, I'm lost. I can't find my way out. And since spiders are pretty awesome animals, I gotta set it free instead of squashing it. Because they don't deserve to be squashed. I'm Australian, that's a daily thing. Yeah, sorry. Doesn't happen too often here. It didn't try to kill me. It was just lost. Well, here we go, guys. A game of the two most legendary players in this game. Both players are in Moon's personal top 5 of all time. Lin versus Infy could be a grand final in pretty much every tournament from 2008 to 2020. Now it's 2025, and what can Infy still do? Lin is still on top of the scene. He's still the war chief of the Horde. He's the orc to look at. He paves the way, he's innovating, and he has the best execution of them all. For Infy, a little bit up for grabs. A multi-race player, so to speak, these days. But here, it will be human. We start on Twisted Meadows. The last game between them was incredibly close, 3-2, where Infy had a 2-0 lead and Lin was able to bring it back with a reverse sweep. Lin lost his only match so far with a 2-3 over Life. Infy looked pretty damn good in the Super League thus far. Every game we've seen, very convincing performance. He started late. It was a 3-1 versus FoCuS and a 3-1 over Starbucks. So you could argue that there was no real test yet, as Starbucks and FoCuS are unfortunately both heavily underperforming in this league. Especially like result-wise. Now, this is the biggest test you can get in human versus orc. Let's freaking go, boys! It's an Archmage, unlike Sock, who was rather successful yesterday, no Mountain King. Archmage through and through. Especially on Twisted Meadows, this can lead to some legendary battles. Such hype series? Yes, sir! Mr. Celtic, you are right. Also, Mr. Celtic, I gotta say, you're a positive force in the chat the past couple of days. I like that. Also, David, thank you too.
Are under attack.
We notice you. So, we start as we've started in the past 10 to 12 years. Always up against the lab with a new pull. Lin is rushing across right away. Doesn't want the Archmage to unfold himself. And the level 3s, you don't want to be exposed to high level water elementals. I don't think there's much to do for Lin here. He could of course will go for workers. Now last hit is big. Doesn't get it. Clean creep by Infy. Everything healthy as well. Wolves are pretty much get surrounded right away. I think if you lose 2 workers here, that's fine. Of course, ideally you want to deny them to prevent the XP from the Farseer. It is rather interesting how late Infy is pulling the worker back. And that Lin is only interested in that Archmage. Down to 50% already. This will have a ripple effect on how aggressive you want to go into the map. Now that the Arcane Tower is up, Infy retreating. And I think this was really good. Question is, do you want to expand or not? We have 3 farms here. No 4th just yet. Lin is teching for a long time. That's one of the big reasons for that Farseer build. A Farseer is all you need
A
to
player's
survive the
forces are
early.
under attack.
And then you can tech. It feels like both players have a very good idea of what the other is going for. And also a very good idea on how to disrupt that. Archmage couldn't get any progress done for a while, but pulls the creeps and gets the Shadow Priest. That is Dispel against Wolves. Very, very, very helpful. And since the Archmage is at 50%, this will also help him doing the creeping with healing. Item is of course a bit unfortunate, but it will give him some gold.
Player's forces are under attack.
Now, Lin, what do you do on tier 2? For now, creeping, unlocking Chain Lightning, gather information. Don't want to lose that Water Elemental. That's big XP always. I remember I went to WCA 10 years ago, a tournament in Yinchuan, China, and we were invited by Infy and TH and Ted to dinner. It was great. And that was the time Lin came back. Might have been 2016 actually. And I talked to Infy, I'm like, God damn, your tower pushes are so great and you slay everyone with it. I said, yeah, except Lin. What can I do against this guy? He's a monster. I gotta change my strategy. This doesn't work. Lin has always been the outstanding player.
A player's forces are under attack.
And he gets level 2. No expo by Infy. One base, one base. That is for Twisted Meadows. Kinda rare.
Player's forces are under attack.
And Lin, I think, feels comfortable. Good items. Archmage is level 3 though. And Mountain King is coming. Tier 3! One base tier 3 by Infy. Oh my, that's a bit of a liability, I feel. Oh, this can be punished hard. But Lin also tier 3. I love Warcraft when it's tier 3 versus tier 3. I love this matchup when it's tier 3 versus tier 3. I worry a bit about Lin's potential to deal with very, very late game Griffins. But it's a long way until then. And Lin has several ways to disrupt this. He got a totem up, gets the walkers for more longevity on all the units.
Forces are under attack. Is under siege.
I got a deja vu. Will we see Blade Master 3rd? Oh, Sushi, please. In case you haven't seen it, it's a video on our YouTube. These two guys on this map, Lin with Blade Master 3rd. Getting a bestiary now, lots of creeping. Griffin Aviary coming. He has double slippers. I mean, why not? His inventory is great. It is the Blade Master 3rd. Here comes back again. Here he comes back again. For aeons, orcs have struggled with late game griffins. There is no solution against the high armor values. And there's always been this saying, like, you can't go Blade Master 3rd, you need so much time, it takes forever. Lin makes it work. Nice little push here as well, preventing this Griffin Aviary from finishing. Oh, clap big though. But nothing that a speed scroll can't save. 15 food down Infy. Not having finished the Griffin Aviary is a huge liability. He can't produce. He got 700 gold and he can't produce. Late Master on the field now. Still a big mana, still a healing, still a big invuln. Is Lin just gonna tear him apart here? Because there is no unit for Infy. Now the Griffins are coming. Oh my god. We have a chain lightning, no? In 2, 1. Good holy light. Paladin to the rescue. Actually, for the fact that there was no unit, Infy is holding on nicely. Currently, Griffins are not that much of a problem. They don't have the high armor values yet. And there's still a couple of Berserkers that the Mountain King cannot deal with at the moment. And this is how you see the Griffin falls. Very problematic. Such an expensive unit. Infy is struggling big time. Like, if you wanted a 40-minute epic, I think Lin has different plans. Wants to go back to family as fast as possible and tear Infy apart as long as the Griffins are dealable with. Mirror Image, Double Slippers, and the Robe of the Archmagi, and the Purge Orb. What a nasty timing by Lin. No expo anywhere. That is a problem. Hex before the clap staff has been used. So the Mountain King is trapped here in the hospital for a long time. Infy is down to 7 workers. This is ridiculous. Absolutely outplayed. Outpushed. That must be the end. Lin, you wonderful, wonderful person. What a sick fight. What a big brain. Surely a liability for Infy to go for this one base Griffin strat. The timing window is just wide open for the enemy. You rush tier 3 on basically 0 units right before the push. Infy was opening up supply and donated all of his footmen away to the creeps. And Lin punished that so hard. So hard. There was nothing. There was nothing that could have helped him. Infy lost 4 footmen to the rock golem. I think that's fine though. He thought, I'm opening up supply. My aviaries are finishing in a second anyway. And then there was a guy called Lin who saw, hey, your Griffin aviaries aren't finished. I got a chain lightning here. Would be a shame if your poor workers get electrocuted at work. And Infy had no insurance. And if you can't produce, and if you only have your heroes, that was greedy AF. Greedy AF. And Lin goes ahead 1-0. Happens. Happens. We're waiting for game 2. Hopefully Infy can strike back. All right. No Peli Rifle yet, Mr. Celerex. Twisted Meadows is not the Pella Rifle map. Last Refuge is next. Hopefully this fits Infy a little more. This is also a map where some players in the past have played this Griffin Rush. Congrats on passing 500 days. Thank you! We are just contributing. You are watching. If you wouldn't be watching, we had no reason to go for 500 days. Lin bottom left, 1-0 lead. This is also a map where you could theoretically play Blade Master first. As one of, it's probably the only map where you could do that. And Infy? No Peli Rifle. I think on Last Refuge that is to be expected. It's a bit of an odd creep route for Peli Rifle from what I would like extract from my knowledge. But Archmage shines here by rushing across the map and causing trouble. And tier 2 techs are really, really strong here. But let's see. Infy oftentimes also has some different ideas. He surely sees that there's very few you can do about late game Griffins. Except if your name is Lin, and we do get the Blade Master. Ah, it's so rare to see this hero versus human. As a first hero. Last Refuge, you can cover a lot, you can creep a lot. You can pimp the Blade Master quite a bit. Which is always most important. I wonder, because I haven't seen it for so long, if maybe mirror image is a thing? Yes, please, Lin. Great minds think alike, huh? And people say I don't have an idea what I'm talking about in this. Ridiculous. Okay, so we have a little bit of a creep craft situation. Lin needs time. Question is, will Infy give him that time? Or will he power creep to 3 and then maybe go for a heavy early tier 2 push? Maybe even sock style with the Beastmaster? Because this is a tech once again. Rifle push. Like classic rifle push. Oh my god. Lin gets rewarded for his Blade Master pick. Oh snap. Slippers and claws. Infy power creep. Scourge Bone Chimes on Infy's side. Not the great items for him. There have been players in the past who tapped out when they found something like this.
Players' forces are under attack.
Tier 2 tech. On the way on both sides. So Archmage wants to distract. Lin should see this, like should have seen this coming a long time ago, to be honest. We have one Water Elemental. Infy, though, unwilling to spend it. I don't know if this is necessarily going Infy's way. You got boots. Run away from the blade. Lin keeping good track with illusions. Last hit battle. Goes to Lin as well with the greater mana for the Shadow Hunter. Lady Luck is not on Infy's side here. Who overslept a little bit yesterday, is still able to bang out a great performance. But Lin, man, as if RNGesus wants to say, Lin, I know the series versus live was a little bit troublesome for you. Let me make up. Let me make up to you. Blade Master is level 4. He got more HP now as well with the belt that scales towards illusions. The damage also scales to illusions. He powers himself up with the circlet. He got the big mana potion for the Shadow Hunter for Hex and Heal. And what does Infy have? Yeah. Exactly. Blade Master Mirror Image. So far, really dominant. Claw scale on illusion. Yes. Rifle casters. I don't feel Infy has the momentum. With rifle casters, like, you should dominate the mid game a little bit and then push towards your opponent's base. But everything for Infy takes a long time. And it's rifle versus headhunters, so Lin can take the same spots or bigger. Lecco mio! He got the heal wards! He can creep this for free! Ancient Django on top. For every mirror image player, this is a dream coming true. This is close to a perfect game, I'd say. And I'm not entirely sure if Infy can catch up with that. He got a tanky Mountain King now, and he's on the way to 3. So while for Lin, it is clearly the Blade Master who will carry this game. For Infy, it's the Mountain King. But if we look at this, double claw, and he's close to 5. Do you know how strong this Blade Master is going to be? Usually the problem with the mirror image build is it takes a long time,
Forces are under attack.
and your opponent overwhelms you at some point. Yeah, not here. Plus great scouting, you can always assess the situation. 162 crit already. On 40 food, and tier 3 is also done. Infy is giving him way too much time. Lin's newfound love for the tier 3. Sick creeping. Tome of Retraining for Blizzard now. I wonder if that's gonna do too much. and a parry up, which also scales to the illusions. We're gonna have this spell against the Blade
A player's
Masters.
forces are under attack.
But it's AoE dispel. You can just apply them again. Lin is perfectly equipped for this situation. Oh, he gave the parry up to the Tauren, actually. It's clap level 2. Maybe he can reassess it. Mass AoE. That's the only thing that Infy is running for him. Clap Blizzard combo. We're working on Pulverize. Lin got all the time in the world. Goes more often than not for Stomp first. Interesting. That's the big double detonate. Mirror image gone. And this was the last mirror image for it. Slows down the Mountain King. Lots of pressure. Blizzard is coming in. Mostly on illusions and his own workers. But mind you, this is an all-in push by Infy. And this all-in push got stopped in literally 5 seconds. Supply lead is with Infy though, who has to lick his wounds, and especially he blasted through his dispels already. Lin can take a clarity. He can, if he wanted to, he can get his mirror image ability back. He still holds on to the big healing scroll, the mana potion. Infy's back. Knock knock. Supplies even. That he got a level 5 Blade Master at this stage in the game is mental! 180 crit! Good night, Archmage! You gotta retreat. He has nothing to heal himself except the stone and the priests. Disengaging from Blizzard because there is no rush. Clap Blizzard, not bad. But there's heal scroll and heal wave. There should be enough sustain for Lin, who just stomps half the army. 240 crit, 180 crit. It's way too much. You cannot handle a level 5 Blade Master with mirror image. The creeping was absurd. Supply even now. The 10 food advantage for Infy is gone. He's holding on to dear life, man. He's trying to lay in the damage with the AoE, but he knows that this is not enough, and you can't outscale a mirror image Blade Master level 5 with these items. It's impossible. And again, Lin sees the matrix, sees the perfect counter. And just like that, we have our second series with a 2-0. Last refuge dominance by Lin. No competition. No competition whatsoever. Great early game, leaning into the mirror image, good creeping. I think Infy didn't punish him hard enough. If you see mirror image on your opponent, do whatever is necessary to slow your opponent down. And that just didn't happen. He went into a creep war, which you can only lose. That hurt big time. And then he wanted to harass with the level 3 Archmage. Guess who was home? It was Lin. And he didn't do a single point of damage to the Orc army. Ay, 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 ay. Lin shows what a great gamer he is, man. And he's playing so many different strats right now. It's ridiculous. Of course, he was fueled by these items. Hey Neo, not sure if this has been asked already. Will Remo play Direct Strike and streaming be a regular thing. Only Remo Demo can say what Remo Demo is doing. That's the most info I can give you. Because they're big counters to Blade Master Mirror Image, like expanding. Yeah, you just, like, you have to do something that your opponent doesn't have the time that Lin had here. What a god Lin is, man. What a threat to everyone. We're waiting for the next game to appear in Float TV. That gives you the time to do me a little favor. I was asking about this yesterday, and a couple of people helped out, but not necessarily enough. Because we've had one of the greatest endings to a series of all freaking time. We uploaded it to our YouTube, to the short section, and we just witnessed the greatest Warcraft 3 finish of all time. A bunch of likes on this. $28,000 Super League, the Korean legend Moon was facing the Western Hope Starbuck. In the last game of their best of 5 series, both are holding on to their very last buildings, and losing them would mean losing the game. What happens from there on out was epic. It's 2 buildings. Demon Hunter takes care of this one. Archers take care of that one. Wait. Don't tell me that's the last building. No way. No way. It's not. He got it here though. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? No way. Wait, Moon wins though. Moon gets the building first. That was like a split second. That was one of the closest finishes to a Warcraft game ever. It's this much HP. It was this close. Go frame by frame. No way. So good. Did we just witness the greatest So good that we got games like this. We got 400 likes. That is not nearly enough for this play. Not nearly enough for this play. Take a sledgehammer and destroy that like button. Destroy it. Because that scene absolutely deserves it. It seems like they had the join bugs back because the game isn't live. They say, go Flow. I am, of course, a role model that has been on Flow the entire time. Good for us. A little bit of stuff to plug. This Sunday, by the way, back to Warcraft Weekly Cup. You can sign up. It's up on Challenge. And it's also the last day where you can buy these profile pictures for your War 3 Champions account. All the money is $5 a piece for the Murlocs. All the money goes into the War 3 Champions prize pool for the season that ended on Sunday, with the winner being Jens. No Starbuck. Everybody said it's gonna be Starbuck. It's gonna be Starbuck. Why do you even play this tournament? It's Starbuck. Boom, there's Jens, the absolute god. The Weekly Cup again, but there was just one last Sunday. Lie! It wasn't one last Sunday because we had War 3 Champions finals. So it's good to have it back. Guys, they got it to work. The Flow TV is on. Shout out to War3 Champions for that password feature. If we destroy the like button, we're not able to like shorts in the future. Ay, ay, ay. Naza, it's good to see you more often. I know it's rare that I say nice things towards you, but I saw you contributing to War3 Champions via Patreon, which is fantastic. And also you have some nice things to say here in our chat. Naza, I appreciate your return. Now, out of Warcraft, please cut this part from the VOD. There's no... I want a good... Guys, it is match points for Infy. No, for Lin against Infy. In their B Cup match, it was the other way around. There, Infy was up 2-0. And Lin stroked back 3 times in a row. Now, she was on the other foot. Infy, what's your comeback potential? And did the potential just rise? With the Pally rifle builds. Yay! A lot of people were looking forward to this. I just appreciate the fact that on maps it's still playable. So that means we had 3 different builds on 3 maps coming from Infy. Archmage opener all the way, yes, but Rush tier 3 for Griffins, Archmage rifle push, and now rifle caster push. A lot of people say Pally rifle is dead. Infy might show us otherwise, as I gotta say, Orcs didn't play it too well enough against it. I have seen a lot of Naga second against it, and I'm not sure if I like it. Fascia Headhunter. Springtime is basically the home of Pally rifle these days, and one of the few maps where we still see it. And Lin is a smart man. Smart, handsome, talented. So he knew it, of course, as well. And with Fascia Headhunter opening, you're safe against whatever. Interesting base build. Very open. I don't think we see that too often. First rifle out. Headhunter. Or Fascia. Already moving across the map. And again going for an Arcane Tower. It seems like he's a bit scared. Of course, ideally, you'd love to skip that Arcane Tower because it would save you resources. But with the base being this open, there is of course a good opportunity for Lin to harass this. So we're working on rifle numbers. Man, I haven't cast a Pally rifle game in a long time. The Pally Rifle University abandoned. Dust on the books everywhere. They can be happy if like electricity is still on. Not even sure if they are still attached to the sewers. And Lin is buying
Players'
time.
forces are under
Oh no.
attack.
With attack running, with the first attack upgrade. 4th Headhunter. Fishy! Moin moin! 49 month, my love. How you doing?
Moin moin.
Infy also 3 rifle tech. Always a good sign if you can delay the first creep. Like the positioning far away from the mammoth.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, and Wolf Headhunter creeping at the same time because the Pally and the rifles can't really reach. Infy is reading this fast. But that doesn't mean he can do anything about it. Pally steals the item, so at least there's that. And some creep mana. One last creep up for grabs. Also goes to Lin. He is really playing a damn fine series today. Grills! Holy shit, dude! Tier 2 sub for 77 months. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for keeping the lights on here. Much love.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wait, what? Do you see what I see? Am I in a fever dream? This is an Alchemist second. No Panda, no Naga, no TC Shadowhunter.
Player's forces are under attack.
Alchemist. Alrighty. Acid Bomb Heal Spray. I like Acid Bomb. I like the stats of an Alchemist. The fights are usually very, very long. So Heal Spray can help you sustain. Something that orcs lack. You know me, guys. I'm an Acid Bomb stan. I'm a minus armor stan. Oh, that's sick. And yeah, damage-wise, Acid Bomb also takes the place of Drunken Haze Breath of Fire. But then... it's of course lower damage. Has higher range though. And maybe with that you can stay away from the Blood Mage, who still is the big problem. No reinforced defenses is a problem though, as the one burrow is gunned down.
Town is under siege.
And we go into a base race. Second burrow down. Problematic for Lin. Can't rebuild at the moment. Oh. Lagarino, maybe. The power of Acid Bomb, this is very problematic for Lin now, I feel. So many Headhunters here. We have 12 workers left. So Infy can lose 10 and be fine. We can fast forward through the break. Hopefully nothing big. Okay. There we go. How many workers will die? 1, 2, Acid Bomb undispellable, by the way. And this is nice for Heal Spray. We've seen these engagements many times where the human player went Heal Scroll. Now we got the built-in Heal Scroll basically on that Alchemist. We are down to 5 workers.
A town
In the meantime, 4 peons are left. Lin can probably just TP out. He has nothing to win here, I think, except mining time. The big problem now... okay, 1 burrow is back. That's nice. Retreat with the Headhunters. No losses. Alchemist feels forced into another potion here. Where are we at? Infy still has a big army and good sustain thanks to the Blood Mage, of course. Gotta work on his economy a little bit, but that's fine. You don't need much lumber as a Pally Rifle player on tier 2. Now, burrows are back. Lumber is super low. Whatever you wanted to accomplish with the tier 3 will be hard to afford. How do you recover? How do you recover if you're Lin? Thankfully you're Lin, so that helps.
A player's forces are under attack.
No third hero just yet. No big army. We just go again. Onto the tower now. Interesting switch up by Lin to go for Alchemist.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Infy has a super powerful army now and can go for Flame Strike or Banish, whatever you want. And how much does this Alchemist scale? Oh, Subi Mask is amazing for an Alchemist. Holy! Of course, the problem is now that there is a Blood Mage. But since Acid Bomb and Heal Spray both have a pretty good range, you might be able to keep him far in the back. Shadowhunter and Shop now. Lin surely a bit desperate. Creeping big camps though. Bigger heal scroll. Heal scroll. Heal spray.
A player's forces are under attack.
Economy has recovered to a degree. Fighting Spirit by Lin clearly in. Still stuck at 40 food for a while. We're walling off. We got double Arcane Tower here to burn a lot of the mana. Can't burn any mana on Headhunters, of course. Infy can't hold the gate. And it's gonna be a TP trade, is it not? Acid Bomb thrown. Again, trying to take as many workers as possible. Gets to level 3. We have Flame Strike in the mix now as well. Interesting tactical game now. You can hex against the Siphon for a couple of times. Chain Lightning. Lin got it. Preventing level 3. Flame Strike on level 1. Sometimes I wonder if it's just the visual effect or if there's actually damage on Flame Strike 1. Even though Blizzard is making an effort to boost level 1 spells. And now we get the double totem. Lin is still scaling into Tauren Walkers. But oh my, does Infy read this timing? He reads this timing so well. Oh boy. Lin again. Trying to take care of the 2 towers. But he's not a hobbit. I don't know if he's capable of... Gotta put in a Lord of the Ring reference, right? Shout out Mr. Remo Demo. Flame Strike level 2. Way better. Way better. The peons feel it. The totem is finishing. Okay. And Infy's workers are suffering. It's only 6 left. 5 left. Yeah, that's a lot of kills on Infy's side. We have a base raise. Peasants evacuated, but the Headhunters keep track of them. Truly, or do stand true to their name. We got a base raise, everybody. The peasants will fall in. Is losing every single peon. Okay, how do you win a base race? Infy, don't send them back. Don't send them back. He's still building some. That's nice. And now he portals back. And he's willing to fight this. And Headhunters are low. Farsi are trapped though. So is the Blood Mage. But there is HolyLight on one side. Lin is trapped right here. The Hammer of Justice mauls him down. Infy claims the win. Stays in the series. And tells us Pally Rifle still playable. GG. That was a fun back and forth with lots of murder. That's how we like our Warcraft. When things die, we are happy. And springtime, still the home of Paladin and Rifleman. And of course, as so often, exposed burrows in the orc main broke his neck. That was just mighty exposed. Now, we gotta see if Infy can win with Peli Rifle on another map or without Peli Rifle on another map. Whatever it is, he has to win. Alpha Maschine 12! 6 months in advance! Ah, dude! The trust, the loyalty. Straight to the heart, mate. Straight to the heart. You are indeed an alpha machine. Only true alpha sub for 6 months in a row. That's the sign of a true alpha. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's the Back to Warcraft 6 month sub in it. Or your name is Lynn. That's also, like, that is also a very good sign. Let's go, everybody. Still match points, Lynn. Still Infy against the ropes. XFav1, thank you for the 11 months.
Clap.
People clap. The regular games seemed heavily in favor of Lynn thus far. Opening up with Farseer Headhunters again, or at least with Headhunters. Let's confirm that with the Farseer. There we go, was to be expected. And it is Peli Rifle on Tidehunters as well. Sorry, some notes to the editor. Shout out of Warcraft. If you're watching on YouTube, you only see this because of Out of Warcraft. Goat. Paladin Rifle on Tidehunters. Will this work? Can this work? And what conclusions will Lynn draw from the previous games? Protect your burrows is maybe one. And again we go Arcane Tower, huh? Infy seemed to have his very own base build to make sure he's not getting trapped. Opening here, big opening there. Ooh, this is somewhat of a gnarly creep jack, I think. Last hit's incredibly important. And Lynn gets it! Boom, 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 boom. All you need is a Farseer and a light ball. Or a couple. That's how you regain momentum in a series, everybody. Just like that. And now you hide. Oh, that was sick. With that, you can easily get level 2.
Player's forces are under attack.
Oh, that last one was a thing of beauty, man. To be honest, if you should have seen it coming, couldn't really do anything about it.
Town is under siege.
That's so much pressure. He has to repair his arcane. Because an arcane is amazing versus wolves. It sucks versus headhunters though. So far the control team. This is of course a resource that you don't want to spend. And in the meantime, we tech. Hopefully he doesn't rush tier 3 without making sure that Infy is not going to threaten his base. Naga. Oh, really? That was oftentimes a losing strategy in the past. I'm not sold on the Naga. In the last series between them, when Lin played Naga, he lost. When he played Panda, he won. So far, though, it seems like he's far ahead after that early game. And that is the pressure play you might want to do then. If a Naga works, it's here and now. Just laying siege. There's so many headhunters. Workers used already. Headhunter micro feels a little bit stiff, but fixed now. Yeah, 2 control groups at least. Headhunters on the worker. Bossy and Naga on the paladin. This looks bleak, guys. That's of course a way to make sure that the human will not stomp into your base and kill all the burrows. Oh man. Gotta be careful with these headhunters though. That's a lot of kill potential. But there's no lumber for the second hero. This is a disaster for Infy. When is Lin running out of steam and how many kills can he get before he's running out of steam? Infy is stuck in his own base. He can't summon the blonde devil and he's losing more and more work. He's down to 8 workers without long rifles and without the second hero. Sick pressure play, but Infy is bent, not broken. Yet. I doubted the Naga. I think Mr. Remo Demo doubted the Naga.
A player's forces are under attack.
Little bit of licking wounds. This was all time for the tier 3. Again, lasted Lin. He's just crisper. Still everything hurt. A lot of catching up to do for Infy. And Blood Mage is coming.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's the ply block though.
player's forces are under attack.
Do we have... Oh, no, 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 not again. Don't tell me this happening again. Farsi is distracting nicely. Naga is far away, and Naga doesn't hold a TP. Infy can just rinse and repeat what he did on map 3.
Player's forces are under attack.
You know the game Whack-A-Mole? Infy is playing Whack-A-Burrow. He wants this SH surround. He doesn't get it. Ay, ay, ay. Little bit too telegraphed, little bit too slow. And now the Naga and the Headhunter slithered back. Lin's supply blocked at 50. At least he got up to 50 and he got the first Torrent out. He can still queue upgrades behind this. And if the Torrent is in position, that's a lot of damage. It's also a big if though. I feel like Infy thought he could accomplish more here. And the Torrent, I haven't seen too many attacks. Is he over microing maybe? Oh my god. Sends him back into the kill. Infy's cooked, everybody. The Torrent block, fantastic. The potion on cooldown. And no Blood Mage. She came on so late.
A player's forces are under
Yeah, this
attack.
Blood Mage is not a blonde devil. That's a blonde wussy. He's a wimp. And Lin 10 feet tall. Good Naga pressure. Really well done. Also got an orb now while still holding on to the TP. Oh, Lin is forgetting about the burrow. True. But he can just
Player's
expand, I
forces are
guess.
under attack.
With a tiny. Yeah, who needs a burrow when you can get a tiny? By the way, huge design flaw. That the tiny Great Hall is exactly as big as a regular Great Hall. And what even is a tiny Great Hall? Can you make up your mind? Is it tiny or is it great? Is it even a hall at this point? I wouldn't trust them. Yeah, maybe for the next patch, Blizzard fix that obvious design flaw in this game. It feels like Lin is on a victory lap, and every second of Infy in this game is just misery. The pickups with the Naga are fantastic. The damage is alright. And where's the comeback potential? With the second base up, with the Torrent upgrades done,
Player's forces are
with
under
supply
attack.
numbers fixed, with Drunken Bash coming in with the
Hello.
66-month resub. There it is. Or if you're smart, Blizzard, make a deal with Kesha and brand it. Easy money. The great slaughter continues. It's so cool that Orcs found a way to make Farseer worth it in the late game with Orb of Lightning. And then he's gonna even function properly soon. Couple of losses here, but with the second base, that should all be fine.
Player's forces are under attack.
Do people get the Kesha joke, by the way? It's like a pop-up tent. Do no festival goers know that? I don't know.
A player's
4
forces are
workers.
under attack.
Wow, 2 workers. 1 worker. That was the last worker, everybody. Courtesy of a Farseer, and Infy has had enough. Lin defeats Infy 3-1. Well done. Front to finish. He just wrecked him. This wasn't the crazy back and forth that we have seen in B Cup. No, no. No, 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 no. It is, I think Lin just got a lot of learnings from their last series and outplayed him hard. There was no real chance, except on springtime. Expected a bit more back and forth, but good to see Lin in shape after his botched start into the league with a 2-3 over Lin, over Life. He got a good result, 3-1, 5 points, catapults him up the ranks, and is now 1-1. So will be updated like that. And Infy, the first loss in the league as well. He had a good start against weak opponents. This was one of the top 3 contenders. He needed a little bit of him. Now, we got one more. That's LawLiet versus Fly. 2 players without a loss. That, of course, will change for one of them. And LawLiet goes into the... LawLiet has only beaten, played happy so far. Fly didn't look like he's on the level of the others, but never, ever, ever underestimate a Fly. I will take a little bit of a restroom break, everybody. Thank you very much. If I could once again ask you for a like, this is our patch video that came out 25 minutes ago. If you guys could boost that with your like and comments and love and shares, that would be freaking amazing. You got a minute or two before I am back and we go into the last series of the day. Thank you. Oh, $5 by Gushi. Just like that. Just dropping that. Dropping the $5 like it's hot. Much love, Gushi. Much love. pew pew, we're back! Did you smash that like button? Patch day greatest. No, you didn't. I'm sad. You make me so sad. Oh, maybe Out of Warcraft took it down? Maybe Out of Warcraft took it down. I don't know. I have to check the Chinese chatter. Okay, once again, they seem to go floaty with LawLiet vs. Fly coming up. When is the patch? Well, it was yesterday. And then it didn't work. Check out our stream of yesterday where we had, to be honest, we had a ridiculously good time. I had a ridiculously good time. Things were bugged. We had a crazy zoom in. All of a sudden, bears had 1100 HP and 600 mana, which is way more than they're supposed to have. It was just fun. The release was botched, whatever, but that's also because they change some mechanics that go a little deeper than just updating an Excel sheet. And you know what? Shit happens. Shit happens. They saw it, they reverted it. We play on a stable patch until they have fixed it. A couple of hours later, they updated the PTR for some future testing. And their stuff seems to be working. Usually, I'd be up in arms, like, how can this happen? QA, yada, yada, yada. I'm not mad at all. I would be mad if they effed up a patch where it's just Excel sheet changes. But no. They tried. And now they fix. Going out on, like, leaning myself a little out the window here. This patch truly feels like fix what's broken. Here it is. I said it. I said it. Ja, German for no bread in house or the end of the world. What? Still waiting for the game to start. Always interesting recently to watch the War3 Champions Discord. There's so much development there, especially like this Pharaoh guy stepping it up like crazy. I don't know if he's ever sleeping. That's just seems like my connectivity issues seem to be gone that I had for years. But it seems like Fly has some issues, maybe? I don't know what's up, everybody. I don't know. Fly had some lags in the past couple of days. Maybe that's just on him. I want to thank you all, by the way. As you know, for this Super League, this is a great endeavor by especially a very gracious sponsor with the name Hi Toon Toon, who came up with most of the prize money and the big orga. And he had an idea that every streamer should chip in to boost the prize money. The majority of that Chinese streamers, as their economy Warcraft-wise is a little better. But we also had to chip in. And that's the first time we were kind of forced, quote unquote, to purchase the rights to broadcast this. And we said this a couple of times. We didn't ask anything of you. It's like, it's peak content. It's the premier Warcraft league. Of course, we got to do everything in our might. But we put out a couple of videos saying, yo, if you want to help us cover the cost, if you want to chip in, then there's backtowarcraft.com/support. And there you can. And a lot of you have answered the call, man. It's so sick. Like, usually we get like 95% of our contributions when we're live. But now, every now and then, nowadays, we wake up. It's like, god damn, YouTube membership. $5 via YouTube. That's nice. That's nice. Feels good. So thank you for that. And hopefully you enjoy the ongoing coverage of this, so we can enjoy your ongoing support. We got a game, everybody. This is a match between two people who are currently without a win. It is LawLiet versus Fly. LawLiet coming from a top 4 finish in B Cup, which is was pretty extraordinary. He started late into the league. He had to face LawLiet. He had to face Happy right away. Took a map, not bad. Fly started with the game against Life and was beaten quite heavily with 0-3. Now, can he stand the test of time against LawLiet is the question. And we'll have the answer quite soon. LawLiet is the favorite. Darkness! Second monthly sub. 75 months, man. 70 freaking 5 months. Less than 3 right there. Good to see you. Good to see you around, buddy. So, Fly, LawLiet. We got a best of 5 once again for points. Here's the tail of the tape. LawLiet goes into this as the favorite. I think he has a very spectacular Night Elf versus Orc. Fly, though, very hit or miss. Always. This is their first encounter on this patch. Historically is very even. And the last encounter went actually to Fly in the Don't Force Me Cup 2024 finals. That is December, everybody. So let's see how far we can push this. Fly, absolute legend of this game, of course. One of the greatest orcs this game has ever seen, alongside Grubby and Lin. And FoCuS. Plus LawLiet on the right-hand side, who was a bit of a late bloomer. He doesn't have the big fan base from the 2000s and 2010s. Well, from the 2010s. His rise 2015. Pretty much one tournament. WCA 2015 was the rise of LawLiet. Very different matchup though. He is a 2-time Vice World Champion. Never got the big one. Night Elves seem to be doing pretty good. We have Colorful performing well. We had Life leading into this tournament doing really well, also taking the win over Lin. And Kaho is a force to be reckoned with always. So, to be honest, both players are also incredibly inconsistent. So this could be anything. Just because LawLiet finished first in B Cup doesn't mean he has a good standing here as well. Against Happy though, things look really good. Just Happy doing Happy things. We start with the Demon Hunter no keeper. I want to point out, just for the possibility, that on springtime,
Players' forces are under
people love to play talents nowadays a little bit. And then we'll see if Fly can still do it. Or if that's maybe not the way LawLiet wants to play it now. We go the natural path of Mammoth Camp into middle. Fly not contesting this at all, giving LawLiet a free level 2. And that's for a reason, because he wants the Magi for a big consumable.
a player's forces are under attack.
And we produce more. We have to check LawLiet's production. If there's a Hunter's Hall or not. Fly. Oh no, he's unlucky! The item is below the bear. Almost got killed by this archer here. Yeah, you gotta poke the polar bear for the treasure. Oh, that's so annoying. This is so not worth it now. Oh, what a waste of time. He's doing nothing. Here we go. It was the potion of greater mana, of course you want it, but that was a minute where LawLiet could just harass in peace. Harass in peace, creep in peace. Nah, we do have a Hunter's Hall, so no talents. A little bit sad. I like to see talents every now and then. Poor Fly, man. There's so many series where things just don't go his way. Still, LawLiet can punish him for that. The level 3 Demon Hunter is a good punisher. And we got good damage as well. We play it safe against the harassing Blade Master, which has been very, very trendy recently, especially in the hands of Lin. So you gotta pay attention to it. Blade Master was checking for the mercenary camp where LawLiet wasn't. And now, Fly has the first good timing of the game. Delays the lore, that's annoying, costs a bit of resources, costs a bit of time. There is some catching up to do, mate, that's for sure. Double Beastery. No Dispel. And then on LawLiet's side, the meta is stay on Dryads until you see a window of opportunity where you're ahead and you can convert that tier 3. Ay, ay, ay. What a start. Per second, yeah, very, very meta
Players'
game.
forces are under attack.
With Fly, you can ask the question if he wants to go Wyvern. We've seen that a little bit more recently by Lin and Starbuck alike. As Starbuck played against Kaho. At Raiders it is. Then next question, do you want to fight? Because as I said, like, Night Elves are heavy on Dryads, so Orcs said, okay, if you are heavy on Dryads, I go heavy on Raiders. Demon Hunter. Look at that. Claws, Circlet, Boots of Kel'Thuzad. Hell yeah. We don't have a shop just yet, but LawLiet seems comfortable. Tier 3. Fly, I'm pretty sure sold the big mana. here we are. Entangle on the Grunt. So far, Fly was able to create some distance between Keeper and the Grunt. Now though, we'll see. We get the Blade Master in, who was on a harassing trip with that the Keeper has to run. Some solid saves, both get reinforcements. Raider number 1 down to the Entangle. Bloody exchange. Message from Ox. Yo, I started Opera GX and it's so good. No ads on YouTube and I can play music while doing other things. It's great. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for reporting back. Thank you for spreading the word. If you want to have a browser experience like Babus Ox, ! Opera GX. Download via our link and support the channel.
A player's forces are under attack.
Staff and Orb coming soon. Oh my god. He had damage already, this Demon Hunter dude. But now he gets +5 armor on top. This is magnificent. Solid scout by LawLiet, who doesn't have much vision here, but he can constantly check if there's a threat.
A player's forces are under attack.
The levels by Fly are just not there. He needs level 3. But then the demon is level 4. So what can you do? Totem Totem now, because he saw the tier 3 transition and he needs weapons against bears. And magic damage of walkers is pretty good. Well, Immolation Demon Hunter. He is an absolute beast. We have rejuvenation, no master training yet, and LawLiet holds back the bears, which is then the counter. 2 raiders if they can reach. Demon Hunter herd with orb on top. Keeper is doing a good job. Every entangle should always be a kill. LawLiet is down 10 supply, but how much supply is a Demon Hunter these days? 25? 30? You tell me. Good hex to prevent more end snare. But the chase is on. Thankfully, there's some nets. BDSM Orc trying to run away, but quite some losses, and that is now level 4.
Player's forces are under attack.
It's so strong. That is surely my next project for a potential next patch. The Demon Hunter rejuvenation combo is mental. Fly tried to strike when the bears weren't there, but then why did he build that torrent totem? We still got lots of raiders who are not that great to fight. Walkers are coming, but only one thus far. Ah. To be honest, now that we're here, 11 minutes in,
Town is under siege.
this is the LawLiet show. And maybe all you can do is attack the base with raiders, slow the Night Elf down, and then get out. No pillage, unfortunately. And only one Moonwell. Not an efficient trade, I'd say. Fly is not getting ultimately crushed. He's still trying to find openings. Oh my god! The Helm of Valor for 30 bonus damage and 9 bonus armor. You can't deal with that? There is no way to deal with this behemoth of a hero.
The player's forces are under attack.
Tja. What do you do? We got the staff, we got an orb, we got a potion. Chat says that's just gross. Gotta agree.
A player's forces are under attack.
Fly also doesn't have a second base, really.
The town is under siege.
To make up for this. It's a tier 2 versus tier 3 fight. With a 2.5 level lead for LawLiet. Every fight should go clearly his way. And Fly, all he can do is the grubby raider style. Demon Hunter's angry. Yeah, probably he read that they take his lumber away. Now there's a wrath. And I don't think Fly is doing enough damage, to be honest. LawLiet's reactions are on point, always in time, not risking much. Is that too easy to read for a veteran like LawLiet? It is quite annoying, of course, to get his moonwells raised all the time. And now his shop, respectively. Oh, half the army didn't portal. Whoopsie. Demon Hunter level 5. So if you thought there was a problem before, there's a real problem now. 9 supply about to be wiped here though. And that's good levels. Blade Master level 3. Shadow Hunter level 4? Is that a win condition? Alright, coming up. We have 560 gold invested into Moonwells right now. And a Shredder.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh my god. He got a second Helm of Valor. He's 69 max damage without Roar. He has 16.5 armor. He has 1175 HP.
A player's forces.
LawLiet is a good LoL player. He could play Demon Hunter solo and win. Yeah, he's the Winter Soldier here on Springtime. You know, Captain America 2. Is that Winter Soldier? No, Civil War, right? Civil War's the second? Shit, then it doesn't add up. Fly on the other side, double ring or regen. Okay. Hitlord third on top as well. Oh, LawLiet is having fun. Brutillus gets Cleave, double Circlet, double Helm of Valor, and the Claw. That is now 57 damage on AoE. And he got Evasion on the Demon Hunter as an item. This is ridiculous. What are the item gods doing to Fly? I doubt we're gonna see the high level cleave though, so it makes it a little less impressive. But it's 2 base, 1 base. LawLiet knows exactly. He has nothing to fear. This might be the most one-sided fight of the entire tournament. Just look at the heroes. Demon Hunter takes care of the walkers. Couple of walkers are not attacking bears but moonwells. He feels forced into a town portal for a better position, but... oh my god, dude. A slaughter. That was also quite a poor start to the fight for Fly. Pitlord already 3k damage. 3k. 100 damage a hit. 100 damage a hit. Blade falls. Ay 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 ay. Very, very, very one-sided. No chance in hell. LawLiet with a rock-solid game. Blessed by RNG. But I feel like he kind of outmaneuvered Fly already early on. And Fly's misery started by giving him an uncontested level 2 Demon Hunter. Then, of course, he wanted to catch up a little bit, went to the shop. Polar Bear goes to sleep on top of the big mana potion. Like, how much of a disaster can a game be? Poor Fly, this was a nightmare. He doesn't deserve this. He's a jolly little fella. He's a jolly fella. He's a jolly fella. Let's see if he can bounce back. Truly a troublesome situation for Fly. But he's a veteran. He's an all-time great. He just got outplayed a little bit by creeps and by RNGs. Now, clean sheets, clean slate, start again, catch up, and make this a series. Let's go Fly for the Horde. Let's see. We're in springtime, where a keeper could be played first. But it's not. I mean, if you get the items you just got, why would you change anything up, really? That was an insane game for LawLiet. And yeah, I think it was also clear at the beginning of the league that Fly is a must-win. For anybody in the league, really. He's the sacrificial lamb.
A player's forces are under attack.
So what would you do if you're Fly? Do you have any cheese strats in your pocket that might help him out here? Let's brainstorm together.
A player's forces are under attack.
That's another free level 2. Fly is always creeping level 2 on his blade. Dropping katas into woods. I like it. I like it. Could we keep caster cursing Fly to 2 map wins? I'm trying. I am trying. So Fly is going item hunting here on Tide Hunters, which can lead to a very strong Blade Master. Demon starts with +6 armor. Yeah, whatever he finds, right? It's just great. Except maybe Gloves of Haste, which is not even that bad. But I mean, you're up against Immolation. You go into a creeping game. LawLiet is just a level ahead due to the nature of Night Elf. Ancient of War plus Immolation. How do you beat that in a creeping game? But I don't know. He gets it now, and orcs seem to have realized recently that archers are a good way to farm XP in the early. They might hide, but then there's Dust. That's 1 kill. That's a deny, but it's still 2 kills. And make it 3. That was some excellent Blade Master and Grunt movement. Well freaking done. Well freaking done, Fly. 3 kills. That will lower creep speed by quite a bit. But Demon Hunter also gets Slipper, so he gets a bit stronger. How do you get these skins? Exclamation mark Kenshin. LawLiet's Hunter's Hall is quite late.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, Fly is playing a fine game so far. Shadowhunter coming. We do not go into double Beastery this time, but rather Raider Walker. With that, he's much better equipped. For the bears and for fighting in general. I don't hate Fly's situation. Imagine he went into Windwalk, moves to the right, sees the demon and kills him off.
A player's forces are under attack.
Love that creep route. It's a little bit easy to read though, unfortunately. And LawLiet is right here. There was a similar timing on Springtime. Shadowhunter starts creeping. But to be honest, where else was he supposed to go? This is a free level 2 if you don't contest this. But this is the difference of LawLiet and Fly so far in this series. LawLiet finds ways to slow down the important heroes of your enemy. And Fly, not really. What's the Blade Master doing all this time? He was sharking for an expo, couldn't find it. I think he got the Ogre Magi at the market. But then that's about it. He got level 3. Oh, if he was looking for an expansion, it's only coming up now. Fly still wants the last hits. Very hurt heroes. And LawLiet seizes the opportunity. Oh my god. That was way too easy. How does he not see this? What the heck, dude? crazy fast punish by LawLiet. You overstep and you're dead. And Raiders are falling. Maybe a crit? We hope for a crit. Give me that crit. Maybe you don't need that. TP? TP? Oh no! 4 HP! And he can't reach because he doesn't have mana. LawLiet just walks it off like a boss. Is there a chance? Is there a chance? Is there a chance? Is there a chance? No, 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 no. Go swimming, go swimming, go swimming. Heal! LOL! Oh my god, dude!
A player's forces are under attack.
Guys, what can I say?
A town is under siege.
That's the reason why nobody takes Night Elf balance complaints serious.
A player's forces are under attack.
For content? I guess so. This is just... I'm so sure Night Elf are rage baiting me. I think rather than bad by LawLiet, this was good by Fly. What is not bad about standing here and getting killed?
Forces are under attack.
Fly was sneaky though. Fly was sneaky. And I like that you see it from that perspective. Because I like how determined Fly was. I like it. I like it. So, Fly's in the game, huh? Demon Hunter is coming back in a bit though. LawLiet had no knowledge that Fly was playing the mana pot out of sight. So whose fault is that? Always calculate for that. In this fight though, now that the Demon Hunter is back, Fly is losing a lot. This time, TP. Is there... Oh, Blade has no mana again. It was a roller coaster of emotion. And gives us something to talk though. I like it. Real showman. Fly is slaughtering the base, but it's just 1 out of 2. The straight up fights, man, remain an issue. We're just going for the throne. We're just going for the tree. I don't think he has the necessary punch with only 3 raiders. No, no. Does he have the punch for this Demon Hunter? There's evasion, slippers, double circlet. So much damage. 120 crit. The blade is burning. He got the potion. No staff. Demon dies for the 2nd time. Let's go. Raiders are falling too. And LawLiet for now holding on, but Fly is just interested in the heroes. That's all he cares about for the past 4 minutes. And that keeper has no way of saving him. Gets cut in half by a crit. Ooh, I think, not to be disrespectful or anything, but I think a lot of players are like 1 or 2 leagues above Fly at the moment. So if you want to compete for a top 5 spot, you gotta 3-0 Fly. That hurts a little bit. Especially the way. This is a league where every map matters. And this is not affordable. Nice fighting spirit by Flyman. Of course it was an invite. Of course he got that hero kill presented on a silver platter. But it's also easy to just give up that hero kill. LawLiet's Demon Hunter, though, is going on a freaking killing spree. So is that Demon Hunter worth 20 supply? Oh. Shabuya! Third hero kill. B to W. Rip. And the 1-1. Fly puts his name on the board. The first point for the legend. But my god. What a terrible mistake. To get to lose the Demon Hunter there. Unacceptable. And then Fly punished it really well. Chat, you're right actually. Should be more focus on the punish. Fly punished it really well. But yeah, unacceptable, of course. Of course. I think that's a very good result here. And it was fun, wasn't it? Still begs the question if that's enough for Fly to take the series. All items so far have been tremendous. Now we move on to Autumn Leaves. I love imperfect Warcraft, man. It's fun. It's just good, clean fun. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that Shadowhunter donation. You're right, Chad. This might be a game that's getting decided by who does the least mistakes. Not who plays better. And to be fair, that is oftentimes the case in Warcraft 3. I don't think... And... That's a Blade Master Headhunter build. That's a mirror image build.
A player's forces are under attack.
By definition, isn't the one that makes the least mistakes the one that plays better? It's close, but I think there are differences. For example, both players make no mistakes, but one is just faster
A player's forces are under
and takes the lead. And then he puts his army into a Zeppelin. And the player who was slower is punishing a mispositioned Zeppelin, and the army gets killed entirely. Then the player A was better throughout the game, but he made one mistake more.
player's forces are under attack.
And in Warcraft 3, there's many situations where you can make mistakes. Either a couple of small ones that then pile up, or one big one that costs you the entire game. Some mistakes are worse than others. Magnitude plus quantity. That is a way more elegant way to say what I want to say. Maverick Man 1313, you get the award for
Forces are under attack.
excellency today. Yeah, you know, I'm a small-minded person. I need help from chat every once in a while. Dude, mirror image by Fly. I like it. It's a bit of an Autumn Leaves special. He saw that. No way! Ogre Magi Headhunter last hit by Fly.
A player's forces are under attack.
Bro is cooking. If I were LawLiet, I'd be worried now. And then I look at my inventory and then I'm fine again. Blademaster mirror image. Very slow strategy. But Fly saw, okay, you go into a creep game. Let me go into a creep game. He saw Lin do this earlier.
Forces are under attack.
And that looked excellent. And Autumn Leaves has a good flow about this. I don't hate this approach. In a straight up game, Fly was not really competitive for a long time until he got invited to a win. Blademaster mirror image. Almost unique, rare,
A player's forces are
not
under
really a
attack.
cheese, but a pocket strat. I think it's a good call. By also risking stuff with that. And creep speed is insane. At a certain point. So that all doesn't help if the Demon Hunter is wrecking your base. There's no Torrent Totem yet. He might be building it. It's Babel Beastery
Player's
again,
forces
huh?
are under attack.
Oh, it's not. Change of mind. Yeah, feels like Raider Walker is quite spectacular. As you can also Spirit Link your illusions. Demon Hunter is again running the show, of course. Regardless of mirror image or not. Immolation damage to everything. Keeper is here getting some kills. Oh, scroll the beast! Oh, close. A fair. If he gets a crit a little bit earlier, then that's a big kill. But then LawLiet got a lot out of that skirmish. Was a town portal. Now Fly has decided Raider Walker it is. Makes sense to me. Spirit linking mirror images is nice.
A player's forces are under attack.
That was risky though. Fly shows time and time again he shall not be underestimated. And this time, even a Shadow Hunter lives. There's 2 more entangles. On the Bursey. Oh, that's big. That's a big source of damage. And no deny either. Usually level 4 Blademaster is enough to run the show. Haven't seen that on pro level in a while though. That's the difference, the 9. Good save. HP.
A player's forces
Respectable performance by Fly now. Oh, vamp aura for the demon and bears. Feel like that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Expo this time. Yeah, in the long run, he will have the better heroes. And I say that when he's up against the demon hunter. But the level advantage, it's not looking too bad. It's not the super high tempo Night of Orc that we've seen a couple of times in the past few days. It's rather calm and collected. And what we collect is hero kills. Look of Flames. Ooh, now I don't know. Does it scale on mirror images? I think it shows the effect but doesn't do damage. Right? That'd be bonkers. That'd be 30 damage per second. And that, I don't think that scales. Nope. Mr. Zucht, the new patch still needs some work.
A player's forces are under attack.
So, no. Fly is playing this almost FFA style.
A town is under siege.
Good game read by LawLiet, realizing there's an expansion. Fly has to answer this. Very, very important. He needs to hold this. No spikes. No repair. The peons, are they in time? Oh no, Fly invested so much and he can't get it done. Surgical strike by LawLiet while getting his own expansion up. See, this is why people say offense is the best defense. Because him attacking here made it so that Fly couldn't attack here. And then of course he got the W. Oh. Rough for Fly, good for LawLiet. Well done, good decision making, good timings. Good movement across the map.
A player's forces are under attack.
Double heal scroll for Fly. Healing as well. Heal ward, I mean. Levels are somewhat even. Red spot for Fly would be huge. Anything damage, really. But he has to let it go. Bobby Bobbers. Let's take a
Flight
bite.
got cancelled for the second time. 2 thumbs down for Brussels Airlines. At least I can watch some back to Warcraft.
Enjoy, buddy. Bears are disappearing. Dryad also. Can these Kodos get away with it? Demon Hunter versus Blade Master. Both have an invuln. LawLiet will be exposed, but of course he has the benefit of invuln and rejuvenation. Gets invulnerability and healing at the same time. Blade Master crits like his life depends on it, and maybe it does actually, because he still needs to pounce on that Expo. Oh, Entangle. Not just yet. The heal ward could be massive. Will the Kodos devour? He got 2. That's 7 supply. Gotta subtract that. At the moment in the fight, Fly's ahead. Heal ward here now. He would have loved to hold on to that for a little longer. And push up top. At the same time, Fly is not determined to choke LawLiet out right now. As we have an expansion button right again. eer0 is a pimp! Thank you for the 4 freaking years, my dude. Feels like the dispels by Fly are a little bit late. Look at the blade getting mauled by the Orb of Venom. Holy! That was a lot of damage. That's the thing with these Dryad Bear combos. There's not only solid physical damage, but also the poison and the immolation. There's so many different sources of damage. Some of them you can't do anything against. Against physical damage, you can stack armor. What you doing against poison? Crit, I guess. Entangle again, though. The Demon Hunter is out, and with that, the big damage is gone. Fly holds his ground really well. Keeps shop control, 700 gold. There was nothing available, though. Now he needs a potion on the blade, it seems like, or a heal wave, or both. But orb damage is spreading. A little bit of healing. But Fly, how do you save the blade with the heal wave? But now what? Can the Demon Hunter be controlled somewhere? Close to Fly, close to 5. Fly holding on to dear life. Supply gap is growing and growing. Fly hasn't killed something in a while. He did devour 2 more bears. That's 8 food. Very unfortunate that this peon gets sniped. Expo soon up. Red, big. Awkward position for Fly. Blade. Oh my god, crit. They fight each other to death. That's for sure. Really good retreat by Fly. As Kodos are still getting devoured here. He doesn't have too much damage against it. Bears galore. Heal wave galore. The clarity is running. Fly is doing a lot of things right. But it doesn't seem to be enough. The Expo is running for too long. The crits just aren't falling. And thanks to the mana burn, we haven't seen too many mirror images. LawLiet takes a gigantic lead. Nice brawl between the two, we gotta say. But now Fly is out of HP. He's out of options. He's out of damage. And that is level 5 Demon Hunter, of course. Fully running the show. And LawLiet takes map number 3. He had to fight for this, though. Solid game by Fly. It was just super unfortunate to lose the haul for nothing, really. Ah, that hurts. Nice game, nice fights, neck and neck. But in the end, the mirror image didn't really do much. Great Shadowhunter plays by Fly. But also LawLiet, like once he's online, it's really hard to derail him. And that is the 2-in-1. Pretty quick day here today thus far. As we had 2 3-0s. And this might now be... a 3-1. If things continue to go LawLiet's way, game 2 was odd, that's for sure. Now we move on to the greatest map and the largest map. And that is... what's the matter? Any chances for Fly from here on out? He really needs a shot in the arm. It's really close between them, and that's maybe a bit worrying for LawLiet. A player of his caliber should own quite hard. We've seen it from Colorful. How Fly had no chance. Now he does. My god, I'm just inhaling that rogue energy hydration. It is pretty warm today and also humid. It's and also like, I don't know, 3 hours of sleep tonight. It's a bit rough out there today. But of course, who am I to complain? These gamers have it quite.
Players' forces are under attack.
We got the creep pull, which Fly is trying to prevent or to punish. Doesn't really work, so no Shadow Priest or Berserker available just yet. We go Blade Master again, we go Demon Hunter again, and I don't think anyone has any reason to change anything. LawLiet had that wacky experiment of playing Warden against Orc. Oh, by the way, Fly got the Shadow Priest. LOL. Don't tell me he steals this. Don't tell me he steals this. Ah, close. Good attempt. Went of mana stealing and additional HP via gauntlets. Latest here, but 2-8, huh? Not much damage on the tree. Going for the Wisp, which is nice. The camp isn't finished yet. I think his main accomplishment is already getting the Shadow Priest. And ideally a Berserker. He tried that before, got punished. Big.
A player's forces are under attack.
We've seen some rather long games between them thus far. I'm hoping for some big base trades. If Fly truly is a fan of mirror image in this matchup, he could reskill later. Twisted Meadows, the only map where I think Critical Strike on level 3 isn't the correct choice, but rather Windwalk. For longer duration and more distance to cover. And Creepcraft unfolds. This is the Warcraft 3 Super League. We're gonna have daily best of 5s, 3 best of 5s between the 15 best players in the world. That is only the group stage. That will be over 190 matches and then playoffs right after for $28,000. This will be our content throughout the entire summer. Every day, 1 p.m. here on the premier channel for Warcraft 3 esports. We really don't have any better casters than this one. That's a fact. I applied for Twitch front page for the final day. So hopefully this goes through. And we get 1 million viewers on this one. And then happy 4-0. GG, 1 hour. Would you like to see any additional content around that? This league? If yes, what do you want to see?
A player's forces are under attack.
Because we're in a creepcraft stage on the biggest map in the pool. We're gonna be here for a bit. Blade Master looking fine. Do we have 4-on-4 Francis here, by the way? Francis, if you're here, raise your hand. I want to show you something. I don't think he is. Okay, so I show it to you. So Blizzard yesterday patched the game. It was a bit buggy, so they had to revert. But out of nowhere in the patch notes, it said Control-C makes it so the camera is following the unit, like I do now. But at the moment, I'm holding my mouse button for that to follow the unit. Because Control-C at the moment does this. And I have to apply it every time, and then it jumps to the unit, and if I hold it... Wait, okay, now we're not moving, of course. Great example. Now if I hold it, it does these stutters, and it's horrible to look at. It's as if it's shaking, right? So now, with Control-C, everything will be smooth. Now we're not moving again, but it will be smooth like this. I'm so much looking forward to that function, guys. And 4 Francis said, that function is in the game since forever. Well, it was. For 20 years. And then came Reforged. And they took my Control-C away. And ruined it. I think it was Matt Morris personally. To punish me even further. Anyway, we got a game and we got a fight, and once again a Blade Master is trying to knock down the demon to limited success. Sushi, thank you for the 25. Uh-oh, Shadow Hunter. Oh my! He had a big invul, but he couldn't pass it. Guys, this very much looks like 3-1. Guys, this looks like a 3-1. LawLiet owning the fights in. Let's be honest, throughout the entire series, he was ahead in almost every fight. I don't think you can let a Demon Hunter unfold like this. You need crazy blade control like a Lin to do anything in this matchup to prevent a high-level Demon Hunter. If the Demon Hunter is online and you don't have the craziest inventory, that's it. And this was without bears. Blade Master's hoping for some crits. Chop, chop. And how fitting, Fly ends the series by losing his Blade Master. It is almost poetic. And that is unfortunately the 3-1 for him. He got a point. He got a point. But LawLiet takes the W, 5 points. And that was necessary. I feel like for LawLiet, this should be a disappointing performance. No, not performance. Result. He shouldn't have lost the second game. That Demon Hunter kill broke his neck. That's rough. Very rough. So we'll see how fast the Liquipedia people can upload. LawLiet 1 and 1. Oh, it's updated already. Liquipedia, you wonderful, wonderful people. You're also awesome. So, 120 is on top with 3 and 1 and 17 points because he has one more game than Happy and Sock and Colorful and Life and Infy. Infy takes the first loss against Lin, who is now up there with 2 matches only. Still a little bit behind Happy and Sock due to the loss against Life, but up there at least. Moon struggles with the 1 and 3. LawLiet Redemption with 5 points here today, and the first game was against Happy, so the 1 loss is against Happy. FoCuS continues to look rather bleak. 0 points against 120. I don't want to say he had no chance, but he was outperformed quite a bit. Fortitude, very far down, but he only has 1 game, similar to Labby. There's like they will rise up the ranks. And Starbuck and Fly also at the bottom of the barrel right now. That gives us tomorrow's matches. Oh, we don't know them yet. Let me see if they were posted. Not yet. Okay, let's check out one of our Chinese fellas. Angeline. Show me the games, Fang. This is bright. This is bright. Sorry, this is so bright. And I'm hovering. Wait, he's playing himself? He doesn't show us the games. He has a new background. Who shows us the games then, if not Angeline? It would be nice to be able to tell you tomorrow's games. Maybe Shin Kong? No. He's also playing. Did the group say anything? Let me ask. Do we know tomorrow's games? I asked for your viewing pleasure and your experience. If Blizzard patches this evening again, I will be back online. I just have to get groceries and do some chores and stuff, which is, you know, couldn't do it this morning because I don't know why. Tomorrow we're surely back. And I don't get the games yet. Usually they answer quite quickly. We also got a working version of our new overlay. And to be honest, guys, I need some help. I need some help. Oh, I got a message from LawLiet. LawLiet Colorful, Moon versus Happy, and Infy versus Labby. Oh, awesome, brother. Thank you. Okay, LawLiet Colorful, Moon Happy, Infy Labby. Infy Labby will be a banger. Oh, I'm hyped for that. I'm very much hyped for that. Okay, that's cool. Ah, Mr. 414 Francis is casting himself. Okay. So, I will raid you, and today the raid will be a little different. Because I'm gonna raid you to Scarlet. Scarlet is usually a StarCraft player, but there's a big RTS tournament going on in Zero Space with RTS creators. We were not invited, which is a damn shame, but Zero Space is a very, very cool new RTS by a very dedicated team with very low funds. And currently they have 400 viewers, but they deserve so much more. So the game is super cool. Check it out. They're making progress every time I watch it and play it. And it's Spirit vs. Hearthstone. Should be good. The year of Hearthstone, everybody. Hope you enjoy this. If not, tune into another Warcraft content creator. We'll be up later today for hopefully games on the new patch. And now enjoy some Zero Space and see if you like it. If you like what we do, check out backtowarcraft.com/support. Check out Rogue Energy and make sure to use the coupon code B2W for 20%. And if you want to help me boost this, we need 450. 450 to 500, so we get an additional payout. For that, use Opera GX, download it via our link, install it, and raise that counter to also increase the chances of being sponsored next month again. Would be dope. Much appreciated. If you have a Prime sub lying around, we obviously also gladly take it. And then we see each other tonight with a patch, without a patch. We'll see. Have fun with Zero Space.
That building right out there in the center of the map. That was definitely completely the meta a little while ago. And it's interesting to see what Eric Theater or Spirit is going to be able to do here.
If you're gonna split to a group, it's very because the extra you're gonna be rather merciless here from the bench.
Yeah, I don't think Spirit knows this is coming, and if his hero goes down, it's really hard to hold after that. So we'll see how sneaky Hearthstone wants to be with it. Going right through the tower, so a little bit of warning is going to let